Orange we'll have to come back. Yeah, I guess they're taking a quicker bathroom break or whatnot. But we can still analyze the decks because what's interesting is both players still have their coup available in the third game.
Which is like we haven't seen it too much. People having coups. I don't think I've ever seen Strifecro walk through that door. Having both the coups available is just is like something that we haven't seen a lot. Like one player usually is expending a charge very early, and going from there. But I don't really know how this moves forward. Like what's Orange going to queue up here that Strifecro isn't going to coup? He's I imagine he wants to coup the Warlock in this lineup now.
True.
That's what it feels like to me.
But it is a handlock.
Yeah, I mean I think it's one of the reasons why he wants to do that. He's got a Ramp Druid versus that. Paladin I don't think matches up very well against handlock anymore. I think at one point it did, and it just isn't the case anymore. Okay.
Well, I think one of the reasons is because Paladins have been using 1 equality right now instead of 2 to make their deck more consistent and more like, tempo based rather than just reactive based. So yeah, because of that, the Warlock handlock matches suddenly just got a little bit more worse, right? So yeah. I agree.
It's really tough to say exactly what I would want to be queuing. My eyes are set on the Warlock. I think Warlock's probably one of the most threatening ones to your lineup right now. It's mostly because you have Ramp Druid.
Yeah, sure. So if you're going against that kind of thinking, what would you pick as Orange? Would you still play the handlock?
I don't know. It's tough. Like when you're gonna get queued, it's like I don't think he's gonna queue Warrior into this. This is a Ramp Druid though, so this is a very different dynamic of Druid. Actually, I think he would. I think that queuing the Warrior in here isn't that bad now that I think about it.
Huh. It is a Ramp Druid. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he's not gonna have that big reach at the end of the game with like Force Nature Savage Roar. He's just gonna be focusing on heavy scaling and hoping that gets the job done. And if Warrior, one of the things it does best is disrupt those kinds of scenarios and then do the exact same thing except better.
All right. Well, there you go. Orange is going to play the handlock, and Strifecro has an option to coup. I don't think Orange is going to coup this Ramp. I think he feels pretty confident, especially with this Mountain Giant. And did we just see a mulligan from Strifecro already? Oh, not yet. Not yet. He's still moving over.
Not yet. Okay.
Decisions.
Yeah, I don't think Mind Control Tech is a keeper here.
Oh man, I love this countdown. Oh, Strifecro's gonna play this match, and the BGH draw was insane.
Wow, just straight away.
Yeah. I mean, turn 1 having the BGH with a Giant is really, really strong.
Wow, there's a Sneed's Shredder in here too.
Wow. Like, I guess you don't need to. I guess because you're not Kit Kats, you have to play KT and Sneeds so that you get that functionality going.
You have to play it the real way.
The real way.
The fair way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get to the fair way before you can get to the green.
Oh god, that just happened.
Now, see, here's something I'm curious about though: is what are the merits of innovating out something like Azure Drake here? This used to be a bad play,
right?
But Soulfire is not in like any Warlock deck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, innovating out Azure Drake right now does seem pretty good because you get more options. You do want some 4-drops and whatnot, but at the same time, you're looking at both your 8-drops. You really want to play them. But yeah, it's right. Handlocks are not running Soulfire anymore, so 4 health creatures are actually perfectly fine. They're safe.
Well, safe enough.
Oh,
safe
sorry.
enough. But Dark Bomb Mortal Coil is going to have something else to say about it.
Yeah, that is the 4-mana Soulfire that draws a card. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh, how about that? Just comes right back out. This is a weird turn, though.
Yeah, I think this is a hero power turn.
Oh god.
Yeah. But there's a really good chance he's going to have some beast in his sights.
That's right. Is Strifecro really contemplating of just throwing a keeper out there? I don't think so, right? Can't be the case.
I certainly think he's thinking about it, but I mean, he's just Strifecro. He's definitely going to weigh all of his options. I've certainly done it before. At very rare times, it's correct. And Orange, he's about to get some bad news here. Strifecro's about to start taking a little bit control over this game.
Yep. 3 mana, kill an 8/8. That's a pretty good deal. But I guess at the same time, it's just a 4 mana creature, right? It's a handlock after all.
You know, Big Game Hunter looks like Dusty from ZZ Top.
Looks like what?
He looks like Dusty from ZZ Top.
I have no idea what you're saying.
The band ZZ Top, it's like a really famous rock band, and they all have like giant beards.
Okay. Oh, of course you watched that band. Okay.
Well, they're from Texas too.
Yeah, sure. Big beards. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, have your pick. Do you want to sneeze right now and set up for the KT potential? Oh,
I think I slam Sneeds here, honestly. Like I just don't see another play.
However,
like, even if it gets silenced, you're just totally fine with that. You still have a 5/7 on the board.
It's true. Well, Orange does have Sylvanas, but then Strifecro does have the Keeper, so it's just back and forth play.
He's got everything in check. I just think this is one of the best Sneeds turns that you can even have, I think.
Oh man.
Oh, this feels really dangerous.
Oh, how's about a power overwhelming if Orange actually drew that? Wouldn't that be something?
Just the power.
That would have been so sweet.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Keeper of the Grove, 100% going to be coming out this turn.
100%? Are you sure?
Yes, I am 100% positive. He's going to be Keeper of the Grove.
Strifecro, do something else. Come on.
I'll tell you what. This is the wager. You said you would treat me to dinner if someone was playing Deathwing. I'll treat you to dinner if Strifecro doesn't use Keeper of the Grove here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me just go on my Skype right now. 1 second.
Please do not Keeper.
I will give you $5,000 right now. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, silencing the Sylvanas, your follow-up play would be to just, I guess, just hit this Sludge Belcher, maintain as much health as you can on the Sneeds, just really push more value out of the card, really, right?
All right, we did it, Reddit.
We did it, Reddit. Oh!
Speaking of silences.
But you know what the danger of this is? If you silence a Ramp Druid's cards, they don't remain silenced. They might unsilence themselves when they get reborn. Very spooky.
So deep.
Spooky.
He doesn't have a way to actually...
Orange realizes this and just says, "Get out of my face." I don't want to deal with it anymore.
I think it's a totally fine play right now.
Right.
So Strifecro, I mean, both these players have pretty much just gone back and forth on their minions here. I actually really don't mind playing Ancient Allure in a position like this.
Okay.
Just to get into your deck. I mean, you have 2 Ancients Allure, but at the same time, Wrath and then Mind Control Tech and Hero Power it looks so good.
It does look really, really good. But then at the same time, with a Ramp Druid, I actually like your play a bit more because with the Ramp Druid, you have to sometimes put a 5-drop with a 3-drop, a 7-drop with a 3-drop, right? So you do want those tiny spells. But I guess Strifecro decides that the Wrath is just too juicy right now.
I really like playing the Druid of the Claw too and just leaving the 2-1 there because the 2-1's not really a threat at all.
Okay.
So you're not getting anything your opponent's not really getting anything out of it. So just playing a Druid of the Claw and taunt and then keeping your board developed. And the other thing too is that the Ironbeak Owl doesn't run into this Druid of the Claw and it sticks around for a couple turns. It actually may end up being the difference in it activating a Mind Control Tech or not.
Well,
like for instance, like if it sticks around the board and say he just played Dr. Boom this turn and didn't attack with the Ironbeak Owl.
Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That would be Jin. Yeah, that would be Jin.
Yeah, Orange is he's thinking about it too. He's I don't think he wants to get caught in a swipe or anything like that.
Oh yeah, but he's gonna risk it.
Yeah, I probably would end up passing too. You have a Defender of Argus in your hand, so the possibility to get more value out of that is something that's certainly worth considering.
Well, 9 mana turn is pretty good for Ancient of Lore because 7 is pretty much 9, and you can weave in a Hero Power if you wish,
or 2 Zombie Chows.
That's a double.
Those are really important right now. I mean, Strifeco's got it. He's already got a lot of cards. Wow, he's actually not playing the Zombie Chows. He's just going to favor killing the Sludge Belcher here.
Right. Favoring to play against Hellfire or Shadow Flame or something like that, and just saving the Zombie Chows for later. It's a really control and board matchup. I love these matchups, by the way. You know, you play the board, so you just have to play the board.
Yep. Constant. It's a constant fight.
Right. Love that. Tapping again here for Orange. Picks up a Shadow Flame. Not really going to see too much use right now. So Dr. Boom is obviously going to come down. And no Mind Control tech, unfortunately. Don't think that Strifecro's running Leroy.
Just jams Leroy down. He could play the Beast, and then Big Game Hunter his own the Beast, and then Mind Control tech with an Innervate.
Oh, God. That is... Yeah, Innervate, you can do all sorts of shenanigans, so... damn it, Innervate. Here, Strifecro doesn't really have a good answer to this Dr. Boom, actually. Gosh.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to just kind of, you know, let sparks fly for a bit, just draw some cards and hope it works out. And he's got a second copy of Wrath, I assume. I'd be very surprised to see a second copy of BGH though.
I mean, I did play against Caldi in the Kingdom tournament, and he ran 2 Mind Control attacks and 2 BGHs, and that was just the most insane thing ever.
That was pretty Undertaker nerf.
Oh.
Right? Okay. I mean, it had to have been, yeah.
Now you don't want the MC attacks. I mean, you might still play 2 BGHs. That's still a viable...
Yeah, well, two BGHs now makes at least a little bit of sense. Strifecro going to try to protect his Ancient Lore here with one of these Zombie Chows. He's trying to get as much information as he can. Oh, that one's painful.
Oh, wait, one more time. One more time. Dodge the bomb.
Oh, that was a good one.
2 to the face. I like that.
This is some significant... Yeah, this is some significant Shadow Flame value here, though, if he wants to take it in this position.
But oh, damn, these Molten Giants are not playable. They're just stuck in the hand.
I mean, that's something else. That Zombie Chows are actually really working against Orange's game plan here. You know, they're healing him for 5, but Strifecro's not focusing on killing his opponent. He's focusing on really beginning to choke out all of his threats so that he just doesn't have the reach to end the game.
So here's a Lifetime Orange is gonna get the Mortal Core. That's not a bad draw.
That's an okay one.
Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of playing double Mortal Coil is that, you know, you get rewarded by it, and you get deeper into your deck and find the more valuable ones, right? Oh,
yeah, he's picking up some okay cards here. This Twilight Drake's going to get taunted up and protect his 7/2 Dr. Boom that's left over, I imagine.
Right. You know what? I think it's actually fair that you know, Orange gets a little bit rewarded here because you are playing 2 Mortal Cores, right? A lot of players right now, especially of the control matchups, they're playing super greedy. It's like, why would I want to play a Mortal Core when I can play a Black Knight instead, right? However, playing a Mortal Core means that you actually draw to those cards instead of, like, you know, end the game with, like, you know, still like 15 cards in your deck or whatnot.
I think Orange is a little bit worried about Black Knight, honestly. I think it's what made him so apprehensive to do that at the end, but I think you just got to go for it. I mean, even if you get Black Knighted here, it's not like the worst position in the world. You're going to go back up to 27. You can keep life tapping. You have plenty of cards in your hand.
Right. No silence anymore available with Strifecro, so that's a problem.
You know, if he keeps zombie chowing his opponent to 30 with a Kel'Thuzad out, he's never going to be able to play Molten Giants.
Interesting tactic. Keep on healing your opponent until they draw the 20th fatigue damage, right?
Oh, and Keeper the Grove gets picked up. That's a huge draw for Strifecro right now.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a play, right? Wow. You can just silence and swipe and clear the board and your zombie chow stays alive. It's a pretty good deal.
Wow.
Battle Cry deal 9 damage.
Yeah, that's all. Just 9.
9 damage. I don't think any other card does this in the game.
Yeah, but it's going to be a clean up on this board. Oh, everything's going down.
Like, my Ragnaros is so jealous right now. Alright. So there you go. Dies. And Orange, well... these Molten Giants, man. Oh.
Yeah, that zombie is about to die too.
Zombie is back up. Oh, God.
You know, here's something that's actually pretty interesting is that between Ancient Watcher and the Taunt Givers, there's going to have to be a risk of Orange getting 4 minions on the board and this Mind Control deck actually picking up some significant value.
Right. But you know what? I think Jiraxxus is a very, very good card to draw right now.
Oh
Ram
yeah,
Druid against Jiraxis is like terrible.
yeah. If he gets to a turn where he can play Jiraxis on a clean board, he's totally fine with it. But he's got to get to that position first. It looks like Orange is really struggling between Shadow Flame or Hellfire here too.
Really? I think Hellfire plus a Ancient Watcher seems pretty good, right?
I don't even think I would play either of those guys. I think I'm just playing anti-Killbot, and
What?
I mean, you're not going to be able to play Molten Giants anytime soon anyway.
Right, but if you keep on tapping, then you would, right? You really want the Molten Giants to get out of your hand before Jiraxis comes down,
Yeah,
right?
I just don't see that happening. I mean, your opponent's got 6 cards in their hand, and they haven't played Sylvanas, they haven't played Cenarius, they haven't played Kel'Thuzad, they haven't played an Ancient of War.
Well, I mean, if Strifecro decides to poke the face, then you can play a Giant.
Steel 9-mana Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like
Better
this
than
look.
11-mana Giant.
Yeah, this looks like a Cenarius turn.
Is anything better? Not really.
I think there's a lot of justification for Sylvanas as well. But
Okay.
you know, your opponent has an Ancient Watcher out right now, so there is a dead steel. I actually don't think there's. I mean, there's some merit in just attacking the 2-1 into the Ancient Watcher and then playing Kel'Thuzad.
Okay.
I think it's not the worst. I don't know. I like Cenarius Zombie Chow here. Feels like it's just one of the strongest combos you're going to get. He's going to go with Sylvanas, and this is sort of like in the same vein that Strifecro's playstyle is, where he's like trying to be really proactive and force the issue on his opponents and restrict their options while maximizing his own, rather than just trying to power through turns. So I mean, this makes a lot of sense with just his playstyle and where he moves forward. But this is still like a really tough play for your opponent because it's a dead steal on your benefit, but it does remove a card from their board.
That's true, and Ancient Watchers are pretty valuable with Handlock. But here, Orange could use Argus, could use Shadow Flame, and actually transfer the 2/3 to his opponent instead. Kind of like a pseudo board clear, where you're just turning their board into a 2/3, which is okay. And you can also follow that up with a Ancient Watcher of your own.
Do you play the other Ancient Watcher first and hope to give him another dead steal?
But it's actually a good card for you, right?
It's true.
It's actually quite tricky.
So many possibilities. My seal for Argus.
I mean, a 2/3 or a 4/5, that's definitely really hard. I guess I do value the Watcher a bit more.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think the Watcher's worth a little bit more. Oh, life tapping makes sense too.
The tap is going to come out.
Just again, like I said, he wants to get himself down.
Yeah.
This is all right. Now this looks like a good Cenarius turn.
Every turn is a good Scenarios turn. How many cards do they have left? Can we actually mouse over their cards really quickly and actually see? Yeah, 6 cards for Orange actually. It's running out, and 8 cards for Strifecro. So Strifecro is also running out. All these trading.
I feel like the big collision's going to happen before that point. Like Kel'Thuzad's getting played at some point in the next couple turns. I think Strifecro's actually like really debating not attacking.
He didn't attack with the Keeper of the Grove last turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's consistent about it, then he knows that his opponent's hat is super dead. Cenarius is gonna come down and actually buff these guys. Whoa! And he's gonna hold off to attacking. Very,
Wow,
very.
that is really interesting.
Oh man, Orange is just staring at pressure under pressure, but at the same time, because you played against this Rap Druid already, you know they don't run Savage or even Force of Nature, right? So the most reach they can do is basically Druid of the Claw and Swipe, so that's 8 damage. And I think Strifecro already played a couple of those already.
I mean, he definitely has to be thinking about that reach, though. I mean, look at the way that Strifecro's played this.
Right. Yeah, Rap Druid's reach is actually, it's not non-existent, right?
Well, especially now when they have 13 points of damage on the board and they're choosing not to attack, so that way you can't play Molten Giant. It's like, well, I can't play anything because he's just going to kill it for free, and I have to do something about this board because if he has a couple points of damage, I'm just going to die. This is a really scary board state for Orange right now. I mean, how would you decipher this range of Strifecro?
Well, if Orange is actually counting how many swipes and how many Druid of the Claws was used, he'll actually make a good move. And Molten Giant, there we go. There's a good move. Black Knight is not going to be too helpful right now. Would be later on. But now...
I mean, I gotta imagine Strifecro's just killing this giant.
And playing KT?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess because you're not gonna attack the face. Oh, actually, your opponent did place a Molten already. So do you feel comfortable about attacking the face now?
Well, I think you can attack him with the zombie chow. Sort of consistent with your other game plan. Just heal him back up, and so
And
they
then just
can't play
hit
the other
back.
molten giant. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're both players are kind of running out of cards already. So this game is going to end soon. And
Oh, there's a swipe. 5, 9, 13, 17, 18
one
damage.
damage
Oh my
off
gosh.
of oh boy.
If he had drawn the swipe instead of the Black Knight, he would have just wait a minute, never mind. I'm stupid. So yeah, there's a swipe coming in. Wow, why did he use the swipe there instead of using this? Oh, he doesn't play KT. I'm so stupid.
Of course.
I'm just assuming he's playing the Kel'Thuzad. Instead, he wanted the Shade to be active. So
Now,
big game
what
hunters
do you-
still no help.
What do you do when your opponent heals you like this? It just feels so bad.
I think
Oh.
you start feeling like you got really outplayed, is what I think. Like, because
Oh.
Strifecro is doing a magnificent job with his reads on this game.
This is super awkward again. Can't BG any of these on the board. And really, it just goes to showcase the power of this deck, right? None of their creatures is actually big gameable, right? The only card is literally a Sneeds that pops out a Alex Strasser or something, you know? And then you can big game.
Wow, he's just going to have to silence his 4/5.
Oh,
Oh,
And-
gosh, that's ugly.
that is pretty ugly indeed. Ancient
Oh,
of-
gosh, Ancient of War gets picked up.
Oh my god. Although Ancient of War is not a really good KT target because it turns into Ancient of Lore after getting resurrected. Pretty much, right?
Yeah. It's just Ancient after that.
Mm-hmm.
Just Ancient. It doesn't do anything. It's just Ancient.
Okay, interesting.
You didn't heal me. You didn't taunt. You didn't uproot. You didn't draw cards. You're just a 5/5.
That actually reminds me of the 7 mana drops. 7 mana drops are actually the worst to recombobulate because there's nothing good. There's actually nothing good.
You just get like War Golems and stuff.
Yeah, War Golems are the same as Neptulos, are the same as Dr. Booms. They're all the same, right? So like, do not recombobulate. Oh!
Strifecro continuing to not attack. Siphon Soul gets picked up, so he has a way to deal with this Ancient of War here, but I mean,
Wait a minute.
he's starting to really run out of actual options on how to kill his opponent. Like, if this Jiraxis doesn't get down pretty soon, he's just going to be taking fatigue damage.
Yeah, the card count, I think, we have to have another look at the card count. 5 cards for Strifecro and 3 cards from Orange. So Orange is actually drawing 2 fatigue cards. And 2 fatigue cards is not just 3 more damage, right? 2 fatigue cards might be even 9 more damage when it goes to the 4 and 5. So fatigue cards actually wrap up really, really fast. And Orange, of course, is aware of that fact. Do you just Siphon Soul and just play nothing? I guess you can taunt up the Ancient Watcher. But, man, he wanted really badly to play Jiraxis a little bit earlier, I think. That would be...
I don't know. I don't really know if he had an opportunity. I mean, he's been having to fight back on the board for so long too.
So here's the Siphon Soul, and... Well, resources are going to be thrown out, I guess. And we know what the bad news is. If he does decide to taunt up this Ancient Watcher, the KT is going to come out and actually resurrect the 5/8. But no.
Instead,
Orange-
he does nothing.
That reminded me of the RDU match. I'm just saying. I no offense to anybody, but I'm just saying that was a reminder.
No, I mean offense to RDU. That was a terrible play.
Wow. Still not attacking Strifecro. Oh my god.
Strifecro is.
Oh my god.
He's just gonna. I mean, his plan is just. I think just straight up just fatigue him.
He knows what he's doing, and of course, Orange actually kind of wasted his Shadow Flame as well, right? Like, Orange would love to see another Shadow Flame right now.
Gosh, Molten Giant is just making this game so weird.
One of the counters to Molten Giants is especially like just that. Sit behind it and do nothing. Strifecro, if he's doing what he's doing, he's just gonna kill everything on the board and pre KT and just wait for his opponent to react to this again. Wow, this is such an
Wow.
interesting win condition, don't you think?
I mean, it's very Strifecro.
Very Strifecro.
It's like, well, if I can just kill everything,
Not even attacking with the one damage.
kill
It's like,
me.
oh my god. Twilight Drake gonna come down here. Not really. Oh my god. This is really
Yeah,
good.
Orange is gonna scoop it
Orange
up.
just stop the torture. You heal me to full health. I lose.
Wow, what a crazy game that was.
Wow.
So at some point down the road,
Um,
Strifecro just realized, you know what? If I keep my opponent on a high health total so they can't play Molten Giant, they can't have a big swing turn. And if they can't have a big swing turn, all my cards can go toe-to-toe with his. And then because I have more of them, I can just actually